thought I'd take a moment. I just got home from doing some run around I had no choice and had to do, and now I would like to enjoy the late afternoon for a little bit, but I thought I'd take a second and introduce to you hamburger steak with onion, gravy, and mushrooms. If you've never made it, you will want to make it. Trust me on this. It is so easy and so good. So let's do that. Let's make a hamburger steak with onion and mushroom gravy, and also you can serve it with mashed potatoes, you can serve it with rice, vegetable of your choice, corn or Southern style green beans are really good. And I know somebody that's got a really good video on Southern style green beans. You ought to check it out. So anyway, I just wanted to introduce it. It's one of my fake intros, you know. Makes everybody happy, the ones that want to see me in the videos, and then I can make it all about the food when I'm actually cooking. It's not about me, it's about the food. Okay, so without further ado, drum roll, hamburger steak with onion and mushroom gravy. Coming your way, stay tuned. P.S. Don't forget to watch the fake ending when it's over. I know I do that every time, but I really don't know which way to point. I'm all turned around. But fake ending, fake ending, fake ending. Notice, fake ending coming your way. Hey everybody, it's me, Hattie, and what am I going to do to make today? I'm making hamburger steak with onion and mushroom gravy, okay? I've already been getting my pan hot. Might be a little too hot, I hope not. It's shimmering, it's ready to go. And yes, I'm cheating. There are times in my life that I cheat. Yeah, that was ready, wasn't it? This stove doesn't seem level to me. But anyway, we're going to work what we have. These actually look better than the hamburger meat when I was at the store, so I just went with this, and it saved me a little time because we are up here still in Ohio getting a bunch of stuff done. Alright. Now, what you're going to need for this is I don't have everything at my disposal, but I'm going to show you. I'm using about 3 cloves worth of my oven roasted garlic. You can just use garlic powder or minced powder. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm not fancy like that. And this is about 2.5. You see, I cut this one in half of my onions that I did, the caramelized onions that I did, I don't know, yesterday or the day before now. I don't remember. So anyway, there's that. And that's for convenience for me. If you're going to use fresh onions, just slice them thin, okay? Whatever kind of onion you like in there. But I usually just stick with it, plain old yellow or Vidalia, something like that. Just a regular onion, white onion, whatever. And I'm going to leave these approximately, I'm not going to bore you by sticking you here real time. When I flip these, I'll come back. But I'm going to leave them, I don't know, 3.5, 4 minutes each side. I'm just going to, you have to know by looking, by lifting them up. Hold on a minute, let me get those spatula and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, my pan was probably a little too hot, so I may need to flip these prematurely. Remember, you're not trying to cook them through yet. You're just trying to get a nice brown crust on there. And I didn't have the pan too hot, and I didn't think so, but I like to err on the side of caution. All right, so anyway, we want this to be a little bit more, so yes, it is going to be another couple of minutes. So when I'm ready to flip them for real, I'll bring you right back, okay? All right, everybody, I flipped these over, and I'm beginning to realize, I don't know if it's about the machine-made patties instead of me making them myself, but I'm getting the crust I want, but I want it in the middle too, but I'm not going to worry about it. I've got too much else going on to be stressing about it. So anyway, I got to do another 4 patties, so again, I'm not going to bore you by rambling while I'm just frying meat patties. They're kind of simple. I got my heat on medium, slightly toward the high side of medium, and I'm going to do this side the same way, okay? When I get all these rest of these patties done, I got 4 more. I will come back and we'll go to the next step. I did want to add something. I'm not ready to salt and pepper these yet. Right now, like you can see, I'm trying to get my crust, and I'm beginning to think this might crust on the bottom. See, look, the other side is doing the right thing. So I'll get a nice, beautiful crust on that one. I went ahead and added another one. I don't normally do that, but I'm trying to get all this done because I got a ton of other things to get done. But anyway, I wanted to add, I purposely have not salt and peppered yet. So stay tuned, and then I'll show you when I do. Okay, everybody, it's been about, I don't know, in between 2 and 3 minutes. I checked them. Already turned that one. See how pretty he is? Getting that crust I'm looking for on there. And I'm flipping these over, and see, he's had his first turn now. He's got the circle. Now he'll be doing this on the other side. So now that I've done this side, I'm going to flip them back. I usually don't have to do that with my own patties for some reason, but I don't know. But I'm making this work anyway. If your pan's getting too dry, just add in like a tablespoon of oil or something, okay? Because you're going to want that grease. This is all flavor. Any bits on the bottom, aka fond, that'll loosen up when we turn it into a gravy, and you'll want all that flavor. Okay, so I'm going to let this go, and then we'll come back when I get all the rest of these done. But I just want to see you to see the process, okay? We'll be back. Okay, this is what's left over after doing all of my patties. I had a lot of them to do. You may or may not have that many to do, but that's a whole bunch. It is 12 of them. So in my case, you would normally just take, that's about 4 tablespoons worth of oil. Well, actually, it looks like more about 5, really. Yeah, that's probably about 5. Okay, my grease is all nice and ready. It's ready for my flour. That I have about, looks to be about 5 tablespoons of leftover grease from the hamburger meat, okay? But I don't want all, look at all that. Looks like I burned everything. Looks like I burned the patties. Trust me, you didn't. I didn't. Been making this a long time. Now I'm adding about 1.5 tablespoons more. And the reason is, I've got 12 patties to do. Normally, I wouldn't add anything else, but I need a little bit more fat. And this will add to the flavor. Now, I have about 4.5 tablespoons. I'm probably going to need all this. I may need a little bit more. I'll know pretty quick here. So I'll sprinkle this in. You want to keep your heat on medium. We're going to cook this off. Looks like you got a mess in the beginning. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I don't think I'll need any more. I think I'll be, no, I better add just a little bit more. That's not quite a tablespoon. I'll sprinkle that in. I don't think I'll need much more than that, if any. We're going to go with this. Now we're going to cook this down. This is going to have to cook for a couple of minutes. So what I'm going to do is, as this darkens, I'll bring it back. But here's your tip. Keep going. All that stuff, see all that stuff looks like it's in the gravy? That's all beef flavor. That's all flavor from the meat. And it's coming up off the bottom. I can even feel it's not scraping hard anymore. It's just even Steven there. So anyway, I'm going to let this go. I want to cook this flour taste off. But I want to go a little bit darker. Not dark, because this is basically a roux. Equal oil, equal flour. And we're making a roux. But I don't want it blonde. I want to take it down to about a medium stage, okay? So when we're getting there in a couple minutes, I'll bring you back. Okay, I'm going to take this just a little bit deeper, but I do want to tell you, I did go back in. I ended up adding another 1.5 tablespoons of flour because it wasn't as tight as I wanted it to be. All right, now, since I'm not adding my beef broth in yet, I didn't need it quite as tight as I would. But now that I want to cook some of that flour, and I'm going to add just about another teaspoon. Just to get it, it's not too late, in other words. I'm going to still let this go a couple minutes. That'll cook out that floury taste. All right. Now, what I was going to add is, and this is why I came back, had I been thinking about it, since I'm using all my frozen stuff, most of it's cooked, I would come in before I put my flour in, and I would have sauteed my mushrooms and bell peppers and onions. And garlic if you're adding garlic. My garlic and onion are already cooked. My bell peppers, they're minced, so it won't take them long to cook. Now look, that's the color I want right there. Okay, so let me get my beef bouillon. Should have had it ready, my bad. And this is perfect. Do you see this? How I can cook through it? Look at that. So that, I'm gonna season it too. But I wanna add my beef broth in first, because beef broth has salt in it. Now always just add a little at a time. I see people, I'm not perfect, and I didn't do this perfect. I didn't bring you around the steps as well as I could have. So this looks like a big mess, but it will turn into something really good. Now I have 2 quarts of beef stock reserved. Look at that, look at that color, isn't that beautiful? And I'm gonna add this a little time. After you get the initial in, you can add just a little bit more at a time than you were. But always go back in, just with a wooden spoon or whatever you've got. This is a silicone-based ball whisk. Y'all know I love it. I use it almost for everything. I have different ones I use, but I like this one, especially when making a gravy. Somebody said it looked like a hair massager, and they're right, it does, doesn't it? I never thought about it, but yes, it does. See how this is still nice? And I'm going to end up using, because I knew I had 12 patties, I thought I had 8 in the beginning, I realized I had 12. Miscounted. That's all right. Around here, it'll get eaten. Won't go to waste. Okay, so this is going to be 1 quart down. I've got 1 quart in reserve. I'm going to whisk this all in together. I'm going to show you what I'll do. In my case, I'm going to have to change this around. Then I'll come back in the next segment. I'm going to show you, since I wasn't thinking, and I did mess up. See, you can always save something. There's nothing wrong with the gravy part yet. But I'm going to show you what I would have done had I been thinking before I put the flour in. I just skipped a set, and once you put the flour in, too late. Didn't think about it until after I taped that last segment. Anyway, look at this beautiful smooth gravy. Yes, I know I haven't salt and peppered it yet. Don't worry, it's coming. All right, so let me change some stuff around. I'll come right back, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to add in the bell peppers and not the onions. They're cooked already. I'll show you in order what I'm going to do to get this done, okay? We'll be right back. Okay, I switched pans, and I have 2 tablespoons of butter in here. And to this, I'm adding one of my, I set this out on the counter about an hour ago. This is about 1 bell pepper's worth of just, sometimes I slice them, sometimes, this time I just chop them. And I'm using one of these. Saving me time, so I'm not sitting there. Of course, on the weekends, I guess it doesn't matter for people, but I knew I was going to be so busy, so on an off day, I did do all the stuff I've been showing you with the mushrooms and the oven roasted garlic and my caramelized onions. So I'm not going to bore you to death. You see, I'm sauteing bell peppers. When these are almost done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, I made a video about this, but I didn't actually freeze them because I knew I was going to use them. So I'm going to add these mushrooms in. Beautifully sliced. They won't cook down to nothing. And these are going to, these aren't very big. It's not going to take very long, okay? And by the time I add the mushrooms, we won't have any kind of, much anyway, grease left over. So, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, everybody, this has been going for about, I don't know, right around 2 minutes. It's time now, because remember, we're going to simmer all this. Well, you might know, I guess I've told you after mine, I didn't even tell you. Everything's down below, you know. I'm kind of turned around. I really don't know which way to point. Down below in the description, wherever that is. All right, so now we're not going to cook these very long. We'll see. We'll come back in about 3 minutes and I'll tell you what I'm going to do next. In the meantime, I want to show you. I got this old beat up pot, but it works great. I've already put my gravy over to the side. I may be adding some of that other quart I reserved back. And so we'll go from there, okay? So I'll bring you back in about 3 minutes. Okay, it's only been about a minute and a half, and I decided to bring you back because I'm going to go ahead. This is going even quicker than I thought. I never go more than about 3-4 minutes tops, and I doubt that I ever even go that long. But here, you know, I showed you I had my onion. This has been sitting out so it'd be softer to get into the pan. And remember, all this is already cooked. So that way I can incorporate it in with the bell peppers and the mushrooms, and ooh, I can share its all flavor. It's gonna be, ooh, this is gonna be good. Okay, anyway, I'll finish this off. I'll bring you back when I get it all mixed in good, okay? Okay, as you can see, I hope I've got this centered pretty good. Let me try to check that. Have to get on steps so we'll try to look. It's hard to see. Anyway, I've done a little switcheroo on you again. Poured the gravy in here. I also added 2 more cups of beef broth. I may even go back in and add more. And right now, you might say, what? She took that gravy and made a soupy mess. But no, folks, it will thicken up. And I've already got a lower heat on this, because remember, we're going to simmer. I am trying to get it hot, so I've got it on about 5. This is a Whirlpool oven. I don't know what model. Anyway, here are the beautiful, look how they incorporated so beautiful. Man, I wish, woo-wee. I do wish you could smell this. All right, but now I'm going to carefully, so I don't splash hot gravy on myself. And, you know, you see I'm not perfect. I don't edit out mistakes. I forgot to throw in the bell peppers before I did the flour. But look, okay, I dirtied up another pan. So well, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Remember, that's the equivalent of about 2 onions I've got in here. And at least 3 cloves of garlic. It might be even closer to 4. All right, so now, what's next, you ask? Now, we put this beautiful, it looks like I burned it, didn't it? But no, I didn't. Now we add the meat back in. The reason I moved to a Dutch oven, like I told you, because I have 12 patties I need to be able to get covered. And I might have to come in. I'm going to just have to wait and see as I get them all in. And I will show you what I've got. And I'm going to simmer it. And let me show you how I'm going to put the lid on there. Everybody does it different. As I've said before in other videos, I'm sure you've watched up to a million videos of the recipe you're interested in. And you know what? I do it too. I've done it in the past for years. Something new I've never made or something. Like that chicken chow mein, I'd never made it and it came out great. It was almost even better the next day. Okay, look. I was able to get all that goodness in the pan. Now I'm starting to bubble around the edges, so I am going to cut this down. I'm cutting it down to a simmer. That's about 2, or right at almost 2. Now here's my trick. I don't have any magic tricks. This is a common recipe. A lot of them say it's Southern style. I'm not saying it's Southern style because I think they make this everywhere. I don't know why they wouldn't. Nothing. I know I see Southern style all the time, but I think it's just regular meat patties with hamburger steak, whatever you want to call it, with onion gravy and mushrooms. All right, now look at that. See how I got that? I got it cocked to the side. Let it look, because the reason is we want it to cook through, but I need it to evaporate some. We're going to cook this down. That's going to thicken up. And I'm going to check on it. I'm not walking away. I'm not texting, I'm not taking a phone call. I'm going to set a timer to remember, because I'm doing too many things, I'm going to remember to check it. In the beginning, I'm going to check it every 5 minutes. Once I know it's in the bed and it's all comfy and stuff, then I'm going to just leave it be. I may cut it down a little bit, and if I do, I will let you know. But I will show you this when it is done. and it is going to be good. But I did forget one thing. Miss Forgetful here today. This isn't hot yet. I had it all ready. I just looked to the right. Look, I got just short of about a teaspoon and a half of salt, because I've got to do it to taste. I got a good half a teaspoon of just black pepper. Now, you know, if you want to add whatever you want to add, if you want to go back in with some onion powder and garlic powder. In my case, I know I've got such a flavorful punch from my frozen stuff, I don't need to go in and add anything. I'll keep stirring this. This will all be incorporated by the time it's done. So I'm going to put this lid back on, and I'll come back when they're done. I think we might have rice with it this time, but we have mashed potatoes with it just as much. I may do some steamed asparagus or something, or we may just go with corn. I don't know yet, so not that far. Anyway, I'll be back when this is done. Alrighty, everybody. How you liking that? This tastes so good. I tasted off camera, and I had to beat my son number 2 into, we call him, because all my sons, Nicholas and Nathaniel, Noah. Anyway, good thing this was a nylon spoon. Anyway, this is piping hot. It is so good. We're having garlic, pan-roasted asparagus, and we're also just going to have rice and maybe corn. My mother-in-law loves corn, so I'm probably going to make some corn too. So nothing fancy, just steam in the bag. Because it's not summer, and so we can't get, normally we would get local corn here. It'd be so good. Right here they grow a lot of corn. Oh, it is so good. I love it. We always stock up in the summertime. All right, that's it, y'all, for this time. If you have any questions, let me know. If you think I left something out, let me know. But I can simmer this longer. It's only been about 20 minutes since I last videotaped you. And it's still a little on the thin side, but I actually want that good. It's good for the rice. And as it sits, it's gonna thicken anyway, because that's about it. That lid's going on there. I'm gonna turn the heat off. We're done. Okay, I'll see y'all next time, and thanks for watching. And if you like it, please hit like and share. Please help me share. I'm really working on subscribers, and the more you share, that helps me, and the more I can make videos for you of different things. And again, I'm sorry, y'all know this is my home rig, and I'm just trying to make do and let y'all know I'm here. And thank y'all for all the sweet comments. I'm gonna try to sit down tonight and answer them. And I appreciate you so, so much. And I'll see you next time. I don't think my camera angle's right, but oh well, we're gonna make this work. So, didn't that look good? You gotta make it, you gotta try. I hope you will. And I probably just said that in the video. I'm sure I did. But anyway, that stuff is good. All right, you gotta try it. You gotta try it, you gotta try it, you gotta try it. Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know if you did try it and how you liked it. And if you pair it with the caramelized onions, like I've been after y'all, and back in January when I showed you how to do the oven roasted garlic, and I've shown you now how to do the bell peppers, you're good to go. This is a good weeknight meal. It wouldn't take long. I mean, if everything's ready, you're ready, okay? So, I hope you will try it. I'm making the video too long, so now I'm gonna... Okay? I'll see you next time. You know, with another fake ending or intro. I'm not going to do it for all of them, but I will. Here and there. Make everybody happy. Again, like I said before, it's the food, not me. But this satisfies other folks. So, there you go. I was in the video. Bye. For real this time. Ending credits. Roll 'em.